Good morning, this is totally random.
Featuring Franz Maruna and Andrew Embler.
Totally random. Today, I think it's like the 23rd of March, 2012. I'm Franz, this is Andy. We are here doing the weekly news and chit-chat show about concrete5. What's happening in the community, new things that have been improved in the PRB, all sorts of exciting stuff. So, let's get right into news. The first exciting bit of news is don't we look crisp and clear? It's like we're right there in the room with you. It's awesome feeling. Like we're HD styles. We got this sweet new Canon camera back around Christmas time actually. And in an awesome stroke of purchasing brilliance, I purchased a camera that produces so much data that you can't actually plug it into a computer in real time. So we had to wait around for 3 months for someone to build a box that would ingest said data in a way we could feed.
That's remarkable.
It is, yeah. We ordered it and they're like, oh yeah, it doesn't exist yet. Coming soon.
Yeah.
Which in itself is awesome. We should start selling things that are coming soon.
Yeah, like here, you can have it.
Pay us, but you know, whatever. But now it's working and here we are and it's shiny and I can do sweet stuff like this. Check this out.
I'm scared.
Yep, mad effects. Cool, so that is your first bit of news. Also, Bitnami has announced the concrete5 stack. So earlier this week, I think on Tuesday, a bunch of press releases and Twitter jibber jabber about it. So that's still kind of percolating its way out, but very exciting that you can now quite easily install concrete5. Oh, you're going to show that? Click, deploy. 3 words, 3 periods, 1 statement. But yeah, you know, if you just want to quickly have a full-on lamp type stack with concrete5 already running on it, an executable you can stick there and run it and have concrete5 at your fingertips for local development, or perhaps you're doing some fancy cloud type stuff.
Install concrete5 like it were a desktop application.
Like it were
and then it can actually, I do believe it can deploy as well, so you can give it. It's really a lot like a platform agnostic version of the Windows Web Gallery, which is a pretty cool thing that Microsoft did some nice work on, where it's basically that, but just runs on Windows. And so this brings these types of one-click web application environments to other desktop platforms.
It's cool. They're cool, and it's great that we're up there. In more news, the theme contest that Lucas and gang are running is coming to an end. So if you are designing an awesome theme and you want to get some awards, I think under the marketplace you'll find it, Matt. Theme contest 2012 ends with the end of March. This year it's all about quality over quantity, and I believe you actually have to design the thing that you are submitting. You can't just take someone else's.
Nice.
The wise rule. But yeah, last chance to get your stuff in there. So you can find a link to that under our marketplace dropdown.
So are they, when they do that, are they just submitting these piecemeal to the PRB, or are they doing it all in one push at the end? Like, are these coming in now, and have they been approved now, or is this kind of still in process and we haven't gotten to see any of the themes that are...
Well, that's an excellent question, Andy. I don't know.
I suppose we could probably
let's
look up
read the basic
website,
rules here. Maybe they'll tell us.
Scoring, voting, and judging.
I imagine they're just sticking with the PRB. Otherwise, we're going to have a lot of stuff to do here at the end.
We get to vote, though.
It looks like they go in the PRB. I think so. So
Should be doing there eventually.
Yeah, I think so.
Sooner or later,
I'm
we're going to
wondering
look
if
at it.
any of them have made their way out to the live web.
Well, I wouldn't want to spoil Lucas's flair by starting to call out some of the things that we are approving or not approving in the PRB as part of his contest or not. But easy to find this page, and I'm sure easy to submit.
Yeah.
In other news, we've got ladies' tees.
We've got ladies' t-shirts.
Focus. So there's t-shirts. The purpler one is popular. Purple's popular.
I like this blue guy.
Right? If you're a lady. I suppose you could wear it if you're a fella, but it's not meant for you. Yeah, a little more subdued colors for the ladies. We're going with like a weird kind of Victorian vibe where the guys are supposed to wear really loud, obtrusive colors,
I like
and the
that.
ladies are
I
supposed
like
to be a little
that.
more subdued.
That makes sense.
Kind of keeping it old school, I guess. Super old school.
Keeping it old school.
Yeah, you can buy t-shirts from the swag page underneath Marketplace. There you go. Big buy t-shirts button. And then the largest product grid known to man because we don't want to rebuild our whole e-commerce system on concrete5
awesome.
just to sell some t-shirts. So apologies for the less than brilliant UI there, but only so much time in the day, kids. What else? New tour pages? We have a lot of news.
Yeah.
We've been working on this stuff for a long time. You probably saw some of it kind of emerge if you've played with the Welcome Wizard stuff in 5.5.1 or better. But if you go to the About section on our site now, wow, that should work pretty well. And you click on any of those 4 developers, 4 agency things, you can see we have a new, much prettier, nice little illustrations, redid all the copy, occasionally throw a video in the overlay. Tried to really identify the things that, the benefits and pain points to the different audiences. We've got one for developers, obviously. We've got one for agency owners. So something that we've heard in the past is, look, I don't care if you've got a better mousetrap. I've spent thousands of dollars and hours learning WordPress or Drupal, and you're going to have to convince me that it makes sense for my business to bother with anything else. I don't care if this thing puts butter and cinnamon on toast. I'm already eating toast. So this one I think does a really good job of kind of explaining the benefits of spending that initial energy to get some expertise at concrete5 and how you'll be able to build sites faster, how your clients are going to end up liking the final product a lot better, how you're not going to spend as much time kind of nickel and diming your clients for things that they feel should really be easy, but often can be difficult with other platforms. Typically with concrete5, you'll find your clients can add that page and stick a form on it on their own, and then when they come calling for you, it's really more interesting work with a larger scope and the kind of stuff that both you and the client like to do. So there's a tour for agency owners, one for developers, one for designers. That's one of my favorites. You do not need the hardcore geek to build a theme. That's a spectacular illustration from Robert. If that guy's watching, I'm really sorry. Kind of.
He's our muse.
He's our muse. It's we only do it out of love,
And
right?
self-awareness.
Self-deprecation, perhaps. But yeah, that's good stuff. So when I say designers, developers, agency owners, and of course the incredibly difficult to name site editors.
Everybody.
Sometimes we call them owners, and I think right now under the About section, it's called for anyone. So that's something.
These look great.
Yeah, I'm pretty psyched about these. Yeah. And all those link to the demo, the instant demo, of course. Yeah.
Page needs a little love.
Yes, it does. That'll get rethought next. In more office news, cool robots have appeared.
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute. Watch this. Towards me. Yeah, Joe and Barbie there. Let me zoom back out. Yeah, these came to us from Clever, who helped us do the design that you see at concrete5.org now. Great web shop out of the Midwest, and they built a website for a guy called Gearbox that builds these sweet robots out of stuff you'd find at your hardware store. I did not really work with the awesome lighting, but you may be able to see mine blinks. Blink.
Blinking.
Maybe not. I don't know. Blink, blink. These are cool, man.
Super cool.
And thank you very much. They also came in really cool boxes. They got stickers on the front.
And we're on their site.
We're on their site. Yeah.
They
You
are
can
limited.
name them
They
after
are
us.
unique, guys.
Very cool. Thank you very much, Matt and Jenny at Clever. These are cool. In other weird stuff around the office, this appeared. And no one knows why, or no one's claiming it.
No.
No one will admit that they brought it in. It just showed up on a stool in the middle of the office one day.
At some pigs, presumably. Somebody
Wait a
threw it
minute.
in.
What are they trying to say?
Hey, man, that's not good.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's really sketching people out. Like, is there a camera in here or something? That's come from the new Drupal guys in town? I don't know, but
Spy cam angry bird.
yeah. That is the news.
Yeah,
That's all I got,
so.
I think.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the news. Let's open up the current machine stuff.
Oh, we went 5.5 to we're gonna bump that to later.
Yeah, that's down here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the weekly comment winners, come on down.
Sweet. Karma. So, did the machine run?
Let's find out.
All right.
What is karma?
All right. It's like Ollie Phillips won a message of the day. Oh, wait, that's old.
Oh.
Well, some of these are old, some are new. Looks like Talentman won a copy of the contact directory today.
Maybe there isn't a help. That doesn't make sense. I put in tons.
Huh. Maybe you didn't sign it. Well, Talikman won the contact directory today.
Yeah.
Good work, Talikman. We'll have to go squirt some grease in the karma machine and see why the help and promotion mentions didn't run March 2nd. No. Something's ganky with the karma machine.
Yeah.
Well,
Kick the tires.
1 out of 3, that's not passing. Cool. Thanks, everybody, and particularly to Lackman. How about pictures? Did we get pictures?
Oh, yeah, we got
mediocre.
tons of pictures. I guess there was
Let's look at
a
pictures.
meetup in Minnesota.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's... Do more and more of that. Very exciting.
Let's see, we also got some stickers.
Remember, if you would like stickers sent to you at no charge, all you have to do is go to the swag page underneath Marketplace and put in your mailing address. And when I say mailing address, I mean physical mailing address where I can put them things in an envelope like that picture and send them to you. Can't send them to Joe, can't send them to Joe at Yahoo.
Might have to talk between these because I think the sound might be dropping out when I switch to them. So
Oh,
here's one from John the Fish.
oh well. Interesting new development with the sound on this camera. For some reason, Ustream drops it when you're not on the camera. Huh.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre. It works for the screencast, but not for the pictures I set up. So we got some more from OND. He's got a bunch of stickers around his house.
Looks great.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
On the fridge.
On the fridge and the computer. It's good stuff. Thank you.
We've got an Anvil update from Bert Olton. It looks like his Anvil's starting to get some wear.
I would have expected more wear, but I'm happy to see that we're hanging in there. A testament to the quality of our sticker.
That's right. They're not messing around.
And this next one's pretty cool. These are concrete5 stickers on a BMW.
Ooh.
It's my BMW. I wanna-
Three-handed beamer. Nice. Very cool. It's not. What
Got
else you
a
got?
notebook sticker from Kersal.
Love it. Good company there with the Google.
And here's one we found out in the wild, ILP found out in the wild.
A loose concrete5 sticker. That's great.
Wait, so they found that and told us?
Yes, I'm
That's
sure they
cool.
didn't put that there
Yeah.
themselves at all, Andrew. I
Yeah.
don't see why anyone would do that.
I think that's amazing.
But I think it's awesome when people find concrete5 stickers put on things. It's great. Right?
Yeah, it's totally...
There you go.
It's very fortunate.
Fortunate that
It's
you guys
very-
would have
yeah.
put that in there.
Yeah,
You would,
I
there
am
you would be.
impressed.
That's cool.
Serendipitous.
Mm-hmm.
And we got one more from Tommy House.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, I think it's great to see all these stickers come.
I know.
So yeah, if you would like them, I don't know if I was talking when there was a picture up or not, but if you want stickers, go to the swag page, stick your actual mailing address in there, and we will send you some. Yes. Karma. Got to fix that car machine, but I think we're done with it.
Yeah.
Let's have some fun with the forums.
Introducing Fun in the Forums!
All right. Interesting stuff in the forums. Let's see. One that just kind of emerged this morning that I want you to weigh in on. We'll do this one first. Someone is looking to do some reviews for like a graduate school paper for concrete5. So they posted in Chit Chat a while ago, hey, what do you like about concrete5? What not as much. So there's been a couple of good comments in there. But, you know, when you're in graduate school, the more data, the better. So if anyone else wants to jump in here, that'd be awesome. I'm sure he'd appreciate the more voices, the better. So what is that thread? That is in Chit Chat, review of concrete5. So if you've got just a few minutes, please jump in there and help keep that guy on track. Another one I wanted to quickly chat about was this news link thread. I don't know if you've got a link to that one or not.
I don't believe so. Which form is it in?
I think it's in Chit Chat.
Okay.
I'm going to say Chit Chatty, and it was something about, where was it? Advanced permissions in the news link and something. Something somewhere. Wait a minute, I had it up here on my computer. Let me see if I can chat. 551 dashboard news. Here, I saw this. I am to this one. This feels like a little bit of a ideal for this show because it feels like everyone's just passing in the night. There you go. I think my understanding of it is the person is trying to get rid of the news link in the dashboard dropdown and then the dashboard standalone page as well. At least that's what it looks like from the screenshot that they originally posted.
Yeah, I know. Super dark. It's getting lighter outside.
It's strange. Why is it getting darker and darker?
Tunnel. We're in the
We're in the
tunnel
tunnel.
vision. Oh.
Anyway, they are kind of playing with advanced permissions and stuff.
I don't think they're actually doing. They
they're
don't
wondering
want
about
to have
advanced
to.
permissions.
They don't want to have to play with advanced permissions because they can do almost everything without it.
Yeah, how can I remove that text link from the dashboard screen? And they were trying to tinker with permissions on the actual pages and dashboards, and they weren't having the experience that they wanted. And then I kind of assumed that, well, maybe at least on the dashboard drop-down, we may not actually be honoring that in the dashboard drop-down. We may just be putting that link in there.
At one point we weren't. I think in 551 we should be. I think Minkrus's suggestion at the beginning is correct for this thread is going south. I think Minkrus's terse response at the beginning is correct. I cannot see a page named News under Dashboard. That,
He's got a screenshot here. Let's see. Second screenshot.
yes, that makes sense. It's not called News. It's actually, oh crap. I think it's Customized Dashboard Home. So, if he sets permissions on that one, to turn off read for the site editors group. Well, I actually don't understand this completely because with simple permissions, it's always, the reading is either guests, registered users, or administrators. So by the fact that he's created a second site editors group would, I believe, get rid of read access for, like, you wouldn't see that.
Yeah, Danny was able to post in there and said, yeah, he changed permissions around and the link didn't show up, at least in the dashboard page. I don't know about the drop down. Two different things, so that might be part of the confusion. My reason for bringing this up is that Bilu.
Oh yeah, he was like, they're kind of janked, which is wrong.
They're not janked. Advanced permissions work just fine. We may not be looking to advanced permissions for one of these links. Or
No, it's just simple read permissions. And I don't think that they're, I mean, it could be that simple permissions are kind of funky. The way that I'm reading this from the original poster is they've created a separate group. That group should already not have read access on the dashboard.
Maybe it's an inclusive exclusive thing. They're assuming that unless they.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to.
It's hard to know specifically what you're doing with the news link. Danny here at our office is able to make it work.
Yeah. I mean, I looked at it yesterday. The news link at the very least in the page itself that's in that screenshot, that is controlled by the view permission on the I believe it's the customized dashboard homepage. So that's the page that actually shows up when you go to dashboard/news. So I'd experiment with setting permissions on that. And then if that doesn't work on the drop down, we should take a look at that. But I think it does. I think there's just some miscommunication happening.
All of that being said, Bilu, I love you dearly, but advanced permissions work A-OK. They're not jacked up, and if your business is depending on advanced permissions, you have nothing to worry about. Mine is too, and my business is good. Forging right ahead. Right, we did the URLs. Picnic keeps coming up in the forums. Yes, we are aware that Picnic is shutting down April 19th. No, there's not a tremendous amount we can do about it for folks that still have 5.4 and aren't going to upgrade.
Yeah.
We were talking with Picnic about, hey, maybe there's a way that you could redirect traffic that hits that URL, and they're thinking about it too, but of course they're pretty eager to shut their servers down, so I wouldn't really hold my breath on it. We are building, right now, we are working on building some image cropping, scaling, and rotating stuff into concrete5. It will not use Flash. It will not have red eye and sepia tone filters and that kind of stuff. And ideally, it will do the same thing that the Flash image cropper in Composer will do, where you can define a footprint and then move an image around to fit within it, because I think that is the primary and by far majority use case for this thing. Look, you got a header image, it is X pixels by Y pixels, and you want to be able to upload a big image and kind of scale it so it fits nicely. So that is the goal that we are trying to solve with the edit button on images in the next version of concrete5. And we got to get that out the door pretty quickly. So there's the answer to that. No, at one point in the thread, it turns up, is there going to be like we're going to release an add-on to hot patch 5.4 to fix this? No, I'm sorry. If you want to do that, that's cool, I guess. We assume that people should upgrade.
Yeah.
Our job is to make you want to upgrade, and your job is to decide if you need to or not. So, somewhere in the middle is the truth for everyone. Yes. Last bit of fun from the forums this week. There's some brouhaha over license issues, a kerfuffle, perhaps. A kerfuffle over license conflicts and code reuse. Discussion in the community leader section. If you're a community leader, there's still a somewhat active discussion in there. It's a tough one. I mean, this is the infamous, I think from the 70s when in the Congress they were talking about, what's the difference between porn and a nude image, and some congressman was like, I don't know, but I can tell you when I see it. To me, that's where you kind of get with this code reuse. I mean, who amongst us has not...
you can't write out rules to codify it into law, but you can tell when you see an example.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's not...
who amongst us has not borrowed a line of code from here or there, or cut and pasted some JavaScript? And how much better is it to cut and paste wholesale chunks and then change some variable names so it's yours versus just leave it. I don't know. The key thing to remember here is when you submit your code to the PRB, you are agreeing to our terms, and in those terms, it very clearly says you have the legal rights to submit code to the PRB. You can distribute this. This is your code. You are claiming that you have the rights to distribute it under the license that you are choosing. We give you a lot of options for those licenses. You can even pick your own if you really need to. We're doing an awful lot of work to make the PRB a smoother process. We're going to get into some of the screenshots and that, discuss that in a little bit. Cross-searching code against other code and maintaining some database of what. We're not going to do that, guys. You got to just be good to one another. If it's a huge deal to you, you probably want to spend more time in the PRB approving stuff. That's the chance to catch this kind of thing. I would strongly encourage you to work amongst one another to figure this out, because by the time it gets up to me, I'm going to treat it the same way I treat my kids when they can't play with a toy nicely. I take the toy and throw it away. So everything will go away. So please be good. There you go. Fun with forums. I think it's time for PRB.
Featuring new themes and add-ons.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah. I apologize for my sickness last week. It was horrible last Friday, but we're here now, so off we go. Where are we starting, Andy?
What do we have here? I think, is it YouTube social channel with play? Yeah,
I think so.
We did A to Z playlist, or a page
Yep,
list.
that looks new.
Yep. Let's open them up. I need some help from Matt on some of these things, because I did not recall that we hadn't done it last week.
This is the YouTube social channel with playlists add-on.
That looks like a block that lets you add a list of YouTube videos.
There you go. Wow.
That's got options.
Reloading. Oh yeah. Wow. So you get the whole kind of YouTube-y deal right there in the page. Pretty cool.
That's super cool.
Nice. And who is that from?
That's from CNRX.
Ah, he's an old school concrete5 guy.
It's a $100 add-on.
Nice. Cool.
It's nice pushing the quality up there. Pro button.
Ah, yes.
We know pro button.
Buttons. People love buttons, man.
They do.
Can't get enough of them. So yeah, this lets you add a bunch of buttons to your page. And you can change options and stuff.
Looks nice and 5.5.
Ooh,
that's cool.
Icons and whatnot. Cool. I'm sure that will sell well.
Yeah. That looks like it's a Bootstrap 2.0 potentially. Maybe it's not.
With icons, yeah.
Yeah.
That font, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Miami.
Yeah.
Get Will Smith in here to talk about this one. Miami. Nice theme.
Yeah, very
sun.
resorty.
Mm.
Oh, that makes me want to go to Miami. I mean, Miami itself doesn't make me want to go to Miami.
You know, yeah.
Those are nice pictures.
To Miami.
That's a nice theme.
It's nice. It's pretty.
Welcome.
Look at all that fancy menus and stuff. That guy.
LeBron James,
Yeah.
your theme.
I am from Cleveland.
Yeah, screw that
Some
guy.
respect, man. Nice. All right.
Looks like we've got some e-commerce add-ons going on here.
Those are great to see.
Similar and recently purchased products. It's cool. Looks like a kind of extension of the product and product list block. Other people bought.
Nice. Well, people wanted that forever.
Yeah.
It's great to see people automatically building it because there's no real way to like do it programmatically in the past.
Yeah. Attribute slider.
Excellent.
It's an interesting name for.
Yeah, there's been a lot of discussion about marketing this one. This is a add-on really more for other development shops to build sliders. I guess here NT uses this in his shop for almost everything that they do.
Interesting.
But like you are likely going to end up
Writing code.
well touching some CSS at least.
Yeah.
You know, it's a framework for building these different types of sliders.
That's cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, a lot of customization looks like.
Yeah, you know, nice to have kind of a standard way to kind of start and then do the site-specific stuff that you need to.
Yeah, we definitely, I mean, when you're building these types of things for sites, you definitely find yourself reusing code from other ones. Like, how many different ways do you need to be able to choose an image from the image, from the file manager that stacks up in a block view somewhere?
This camera does really weird things with color. Now we're all like blue.
We are a little bit.
We got really dark for a second. Now we're kind of like in this weird bluish vibe. I think it's really confused as to how to correct for our inner glow.
That makes sense. That makes more sense.
Yeah, that might be it.
All right, what else you got?
Simple SoundCloud player.
All right. Only assume that
It's by Cal.
SoundCloud. Sweet.
SoundCloud is very popular.
Play this scary girl with the.
Nice. So this is a way for people to plop sounds from SoundCloud into their own website.
Stick it right on your site.
That's cool.
Disabled meta mode.
Modular.
Looks like someone got
Simple
those levels
dubstep.
just right on that.
Yeah.
But as loud as I can make it, bro.
It's like maximize volume, plug-in, enable.
Sweet. Yeah, sounds cool.
That's cool.
Nice. Good free one. Like free stuff in there.
Grunge.
Nice. Up here in Pacific Northwest, some grunge themes. Looks good.
Very cool.
Nice.
Nice typography.
Sensing the Google font.
Yep. Tag list.
Good work, Bilu.
Edgy tag
And
list.
wait a minute, go back for a second.
Back to grunge?
Yeah.
He's got screenshots.
Does he have screenshots?
He's got screenshots.
Yes! Yeah!
Nice.
Good work. Now people will be able to buy it from their own site because they'll be able to see what it does. Thank you. Excellent.
Alright,
Woods.
guys.
A woody, responsive, lightweight theme. This is similar.
More screenshots
Drop
again.
down
Nice bit.
menu.
Ooh, look at that.
I like
Woods
that.
dances right up to the top. Little new page of it. This is my slogan. Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Here's our old studio website a little bit. Cool.
Yeah, very nice.
Nature. Lacerto Advanced Text Attribute.
This is
What's that do? It does much more.
advanced validation. Ah, okay.
Ah. That looks like there's kind of like a free project he's trying to draw up some interest on GitHub.
Oh, interesting. So this is kind of a sort of like how in our e-commerce add-on we extend the select attribute to let it do special e-commerce things like add value to products and things like that. It looks like this is an extension of the regular text attribute that you can apply to files and to pages and to users, but also validate a little bit more aggressively. So the input type is an email address as opposed to just a text field.
Nice,
So
yeah.
you could presumably use HTML5 an email input field that the browser validates against. Looks like there's a regular expression validation. That's pretty cool. You could validate against phone numbers that way.
Cool.
Format is type. That's interesting. I suppose that's just if it's an email address, show it as a clickable email address. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I could definitely see that being useful to developers.
Form 5.
Total whack form.
What's this do?
Christmas.
It's like Christmas prize. It's sick, man. I don't know.
I know.
Who approved this one?
Let's check it out.
Matt.
I don't think so. I think this is a Greg Joyce joint.
Great choice by Greg
It's a great
Joyce.
choice by Greg
It
Joyce.
must be awesome.
Okay, let's check it out. Looks like it has some warm stuff.
It's got a demo we could go to.
Yeah, that's true.
3 people that
That's
have
true.
no idea what the hell's going on. It's a spectacular show we're doing.
Yeah, we should make Greg come in here and tell us all about it.
Greg? What does it do? No. Yeah, it looks like a form builder.
Yeah.
It can't help but to be more fully featured than the built-in one in concrete5. Yeah, cool. Answer type, good lord. Oh yeah.
So this might include more types of fields, things of that nature.
Nice.
Cool.
Cool.
Looks like we have a lot of add-ons that are kind of taking our stuff, the basic things, and sort of pushing them.
Rethinking, that's great. That's great. A lot of that stuff is in there as an example, not as a, this is the right way to build
Yeah,
forms.
or this is going to always be the 100% solution.
Yeah. The gallery, mosaic one, that's cool.
Great.
Right. Flipboard inspired.
Custom file list or file set, that's always nice.
Nice, yeah, it's good to be able to choose both. It drives me crazy when you can only do one. But yeah, sweet.
That's cool. Well, if you go to the demo,
Video demonstration. If there's here's an interactive example. That's
what you want. Come on,
Very
see
interactive.
that.
Is it loading or something?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Ooh. Ah.
I like that. It's kind of like
Cool.
It's like
yeah, I could.
it's like
I could
Pinterest
use that on
style or
something.
something.
Yeah.
Like that. I like. What do I like about this? I like that there's not a lot of chrome that gets in the way.
I like that,
The
too.
Pictures speak for
A
themselves.
lot of these image galleries seem to have a lot of like chrome on top
Yeah,
of that.
padding. It's like I don't need it to
Messes
be
with
laid
whatever
out.
design your site already has. You can stick that inside of any site and it would work well.
Yeah, exactly. That's nice.
Yeah,
it's
it's
really
nice.
good.
I think it's good when these things do a good job jumping between kind of the in-page image display and the lightbox. A lot of them also are like very centered around well, everything's going to be in the lightbox or everything's
Yeah.
a slider. It's like kind of have a little bit of
Or
both.
like the image is in the footprint of the page, so it's like, well, if you have different picture sizes, it's
Yeah.
not going to work as well.
Content Plus. Approved version of core content block. Great, sure. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Change some stuff around, pull
Oh,
quotes
I
and
pull
things.
quotes.
That's nice. Cool. Yeah, that's going to be handy for folks.
nice.
Great.
That's
Free,
very
too.
cool. It's like, so much of the line that we walk is trying to make something be non-overwhelming when you first play with it, so we shy away from, more advanced configuration options or try to just because it's overwhelming to new users, but it's nice to have those options out there for the people who have gotten past the limitations of
The
what's
advanced, yes. Include a stack as a mobile pop-up overlay. Oh, pop-up stack. Nice.
Nice.
That makes a lot of sense. The whole stack and an overlay. I could see people using that. So this would pull a bunch of different types of blocks, I'm guessing, from a centralized stack, which is a new model in concrete5 if you haven't seen it, and then show it to you in a little overlay window, which could be super handy.
It looks like you can launch it with an image on the page or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Or text
Little
link.
text. Yeah,
Very
great.
cool.
That'd be a useful tool. Awkward slider. Amazing marketing there. Nice, Chad. So there's a.
So this is a free image
slider.
slider. That's pretty cool. That's a nice thing.
Yeah. Some transitions and stuff. Cool.
Yeah, the market corner.
It's from Awkward Group. That is not Chad's
His naming.
name. No,
That's,
it's a
that makes
third
sense.
party.
I saw this one this morning, Panic Button.
Panic button. That's pretty cool.
This is a immediately navigate away from my site button.
Yeah, remember these from like shareware games back in the 80s where it would throw up the,
Spreadsheet
the
or
fake
something.
spreadsheet on top of your load runner or whatever. Like this one's built for websites where you may not want people to know what you're surfing for any number of different reasons.
Some configuration.
Very handy. If you don't need this, you don't need it. If you need it, you're going to really like it.
And it's like if you need it, you'll save time.
Yeah. So hit escape and the website instantly turns into something else. Pretty cool.
You can imagine what URL you can configure it to move away to.
Depends on
on your industry.
Depends on your purpose. Consensus theme, nice. That was very subdued and professional feeling.
Yeah, I like that typeface that they're using for the logo. It's very, responsive theme as well, I would imagine.
Nice.
Very cool.
Pretty pretty. Good work.
Blueberry image slider. Looks like this is another library that's out there for responsive image sliders, and this is a free image slider that uses that.
Sweet.
Some kids playing some soccer.
Excellent.
Cool. Simple squares. This theme's been in there for a while, I believe. It's nice. We're getting a fair amount of I know, a lot going on. Kudos to the PRB team.
Yeah.
We're getting a fair amount of responsive themes these days, which is always nice. This is another theme from Brian. He's really kicking it lately.
Good work, B-Lou. Simple square.
So this adjusts nicely to the size of your browser window. He loves that drop down the select menu for navigation.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Handy.
Yeah, I like it.
Good for
It
phone
catches
like
the
that.
eye. Yeah.
Cool.
Multi-trans. This is a collection of Google translation widgets to put on your page.
Okay.
So this is not really the same thing as our free internationalization add-on. This is more of a quick and dirty approach, but it lets you just drop this code onto your page, and you know, Google's pretty smart. They can do a pretty decent job of translating any content that's there.
No, this would probably work well
Yeah,
with the free or the enterprise translation tools if you just haven't had the time to actually do it into said language.
Yeah.
This will stick it through the Google machine.
Yeah. Yeah, disturbingly quick, disturbingly fast. A lot of computers doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Impressively speaking. We're on the home stretch.
Oh,
Finally,
yeah.
secure
Boy.
video streaming.
Whew.
This is a cool add-on to e-commerce. It kind of works similarly to our digital download add-on, but it's specifically for video streaming. And you buy products and you get access to streaming videos through.
We should clarify what streaming means. Streaming does not mean what we're doing right now. Streaming means downloading the video as you watch it.
Yeah.
Not getting a whole file that you could share with someone else. I don't think that's for live streaming.
Yeah.
Right? I just had an email from someone who wants to do like live streaming on something.
No,
Stream concrete5. Yeah, you don't.
No, this is this lets you purchase access to a video in a protected area, but I don't believe it. Yeah. Streaming to me all does mean there's no way you can get the video apart from, you know, recording your screen as it comes in.
VCR.
VCR, exactly, with this camera. But yeah, if you want to sell access to a video, this will make it.
So they can't get the file.
Yeah.
Nice. But they can still watch it.
Yep.
Sweet. Oh my god. That was a pile. That's good stuff. What we need right now is a totally random moment.
Totally random moment.
We do.
Totally random moment! Totally random moment!
Be another.
That's awesome. That's gonna be the next big thing. It's already kind of the big. Oh, thank you, sir. It's all right. People know we can go.
That's true.
Yeah, you know, if you weren't like, if you didn't watch the early Totally Randoms, and perhaps you wonder why the show's called Totally Random. Valid
It is
question.
valid. I was thinking about this morning.
Way back in the day when we first started doing this, it wasn't live. It was mostly about the karma machine and doling out prizes, and we wanted to make sure that it wasn't always just the person with the most karma points that won. So programmatically, we assigned raffle tickets to you depending on how many karma points you had, and we needed to generate a random number for the raffle to work. And being kind of geeky about it. It's a little bit difficult to actually generate true random numbers on computers. And we like to get out of the office. We're in Portland, and it's important to work, but it's important to live too. So we would go and find some random numbers in life, and it was a great excuse to kind of have a Sesame Street Factory tour segment on the show.
Throw darts at dartboards.
Yeah, we'll go watch cars drive by and grab their license plate numbers. We did a Benchmade factory tour and pulled the model numbers off knives at Benchmade. We did. I remember I did training with some client and I had him roll 10-sided dice at one point. He was very confused. But that was fun, and it was totally random, and I kind of miss doing that.
And those moments are pretty random as well.
Yeah, those are random moments. We had one of our clients that does like cool 3D mapping stuff. Showed off some of this software to like drive a van down the street and map it all in millions of points, and we were able to grab data from those points. Cool stuff. So now we're going to do the lazy man version of that and just try to throw a fun 15-second video in every week because, hey, this is the interwebs. That being said, I would like to introduce a new segment.
Second new segment
Today. What did we get and get?
What did we get and get?
Love it.
Oh, cutting right back. Sweet.
Excellent.
So, what do we get and get? Get is the way we do the code submission stuff, and people send stuff to it, and we have to accept those pull requests, and there's a lot of back and forth, and it's really important that people do submit stuff in there, and we can catch all the little things that need to be caught. So we're going to make sure that we are, responsive to that, and let you know things that we've accepted, and also give you a heads up for the type of stuff that would be great to see.
Yeah, and we are, as we continue on the path of more releases this year, these things typically stack up, not because we're ignoring them, just because we're hard at work on the main features of new releases. And so we are committed to reviewing these pull requests in a bit more timely fashion than we have been. But at the same time, if it does stack up a little longer, it's not going to be completely ignored. It's just going to.
So what did we get and get?
This is a perfect example of the kind of stuff we love to get. It's super simple. I think there's 2 lines changed in this, and yet it fixed it fixed a real bug that could lead to some head scratching. So I don't know when this happened. I think it's probably 5.5.0 when we were redesigning the dashboard, but somehow the production/debug buttons in that do you want to see errors on your site printed out or hidden from you, they got switched somehow. So, a super simple thing that could lead to some really undesired behavior.
That is a bug.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, if you hadn't ever messed with them, your settings were the same. But if you came in and saved them, or, you looked at it and you say, I don't want to, what might happen is you'd come into that section and you'd say, wait, it looks like it's set to show my site errors. I don't want that. I want to hide those. Well, in reality, you were already hiding them, but now you're showing them.
Sure, it's wrong.
Yeah,
it was wrong. Now it's right.
Flipped.
One file.
Yep.
One flip. An actual bug. Perhaps I could digress from. We had a conversation at the office today, or this week, about what bugs were.
Yeah. Straight up bugs.
Straight up bugs. My daddy taught me that a bug was actually a thing that would crawl into a mainframe and fry across 2 circuits and produce data that was inaccurate. Hey, what's 2 plus 2? 7.
Yeah.
What? That's a bug because there was a short.
Literal bug.
Literal bug. That's where the word bug comes from.
Yeah.
To me, and kind of, forged in the 80s programmers, bugs mean something that you intended to work in a way that does not work in that way.
And it's it's
egregiously wrong.
It's intent that is not intent by omission, but this is the thing that is there that is just not working.
Like that example.
Yes.
This button should be that button.
Yeah.
It's wrong. That's a bug. Bugs should be fixed, and any developer anywhere should be embarrassed about making bugs.
Yeah.
If I say, hey Andy, I found a bug, Andy gets pissed and kind of passive aggressive and and rightly so. We're frustrated at ourselves and our environment and the fact that this happened. Right now there is a bug in 5.5.1 of if you delete a page alias, it actually deletes the original page as well.
From the sitemap.
From the sitemap. Happily, there's a trash can, so it's recoverable. It's not a major, it's not I don't know if you want to start It's
pretty
classifying
bad.
bugs. It's a bad bug,
but
it's a bug.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really cool if e-commerce did integrated with something that it doesn't, and it should also do it. That's not a bug.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Feature request.
Or when you delete a file from the file manager, it doesn't delete the directories the file was
That was a
in.
good one. There's a
Like,
request for that in Git.
and-
If an empty file directory in files, why are we not cleaning up the empty files?
And that is a good example because it's like someone could argue that is a bug because they want their file system clean.
File system should be clean, and it's not.
But we would argue
It's not a bug.
that
We
it's-
never intended to do that.
Yeah. And it has no measurable impact on
No.
anything.
And from my perspective, it's like I don't want to add code that deletes directories. That
Yeah.
sounds dangerous.
Yeah,
And
totally.
there's always edge cases. Why would we do that? Directories are cheap to make and dangerous to delete. So it's not a bug. That's an idea. If you are, and there's been discussion about Git and how do I do good pull. You want to fix a bug, we're almost always going to approve it.
Yeah. And we will be grateful
Please,
to you.
please.
You will get your name in the version history credits.
You want to add a feature? That's cool too. It's just a different conversation. So sorry to
No,
but
And we do approve features in there too, but
Yeah.
bugs are, typically the more focused, the better. That one was perfect because anyone can look in there, see what was wrong, see what was changed, click merge, and you're done.
very helpful.
And there were bugs about this as well. Bug reports about this as well.
Yeah.
So it's very nice. And there were a couple other pull requests. We're going to keep at them. We're going to treat them a bit more like we treat the PRB, so making time for at least a few every week. And if we go through them all and we can't apply any of them, probably good to have a conversation about why 50 issues are not things we're going to approve. Other times it's just entropy is a challenge.
I did want to make sure in our new Would We Get in Git section that we ended with something that we would like to see in Git.
Yeah.
Today I saw a message posted to the forums saying, hey, I think it'd be pretty cool if in the create user interface in the dashboard, there were some buttons that kind of helped me with the new user password experience. Perhaps something that would automatically generate a password so I wasn't tempted to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in. I know there's a number of libraries out there that do that, so one that was properly licensed would be cool. Perhaps something that would send here's how you reset your password email to people. That would be handy, and there was one other idea to that kind of made sense to me.
Yeah, I think they wanted generate and send, which you could do. You couldn't do it later, but you could do it at the time of creation.
Set custom password. I think you can already do that.
Yeah.
Generate password. Send password by email. Well, you can't send password by email because it's hashed, but you could send here's how you reset your password by email.
And you could on create send the password by email.
Sure, you just entered it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once you couldn't take an existing user.
Right. So there's something. Those aren't bugs.
No.
That'd be a great feature. It doesn't touch a lot of pages.
Yeah.
It would benefit a lot of people. Low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. It's nice to get those types of things in there.
Sweet.
Somebody added a perfect example. We just haven't gotten to this because we haven't made 100% sure that it doesn't have some issues. But somebody added the ability to specify file sets that if there's a file on a form, you can specify a file set for files uploaded through that form to go into.
Oh,
So
yes,
that's and you think about that's nice and smart and smart and definitely makes sense. But if you extrapolate from that, that's all you really need to do to create user submitted galleries.
Yeah. No, we've talked about that often. That ability to.
And that's in GitHub right now.
That's great. Thank
Make
you.
sure that we go
I think
through.
we even asked for that at one point.
Yeah.
It's awesome that happened. All right, I think we're ready for the exciting how would we do that Q&A section of the show.
How would we do that?
Oh my goodness. Is it noon yet?
It's really close to 11.
All right. There's a couple of things I almost talked about in news, but I thought maybe talk about how we do that. And then I guess we do Q&A after that. 552.
Yep.
Launch date set by Google. We got to do it for Picnic. I've also had some interesting challenges at DreamHost recently with their one-click installer and brouhaha, the kerfuffle that happened with that a few months ago on their own.
They want a new version.
They're doing a
does some different things.
very aggressive and thorough security stuff, and so right now the one-click installer DreamHost does not include concrete5, which drives me up the wall.
Yeah.
We made the changes that they want, and we're eager, and I think it'll benefit people as a whole.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Not particularly egregious security holes or anything at all like that, but just
we
more kind of-
assume directory permissions in a permissible way because most hosts require them to be that way. But DreamHost doesn't, and they don't want them to be set that way, and we're changing it.
A more granular level of control as to how you configure the permissions in the file system of concrete5 is now inside of 5.5, whatever we're going to call it.
Yeah.
And I'd like to get that to them, but also like to get a version out that gives us a fix and bug. You're very careful. There's a bug around Killing Picnic. Improves the potential image editing abilities within concrete5. So we're focused on trying to get that image property thing built now. When that is built, there's also some other bugs, actual bugs, that we've addressed in Git from 5.5.1. And we're going to try to roll a release out as quickly as we can.
To be clear, for those who've been poking around in some of the more exotic branches of concrete5, that is not going to include the advanced permissions. So we're going to bump that to 5.5.3 or to some
subsequent versions down the road.
They're ready. They need to be tuned performance-wise, and we haven't written an upgrade for it. As you might imagine, that's going to be a fun time.
Yeah.
So,
well, there's some other things that we're doing that might continue to impact what goes in there.
It's pretty likely that those permissions might even get more powerful as we continue.
So expect 5.5.2 sooner rather than later, and it will not include advanced permissions. That's how we're going to do that. Let's see if there's questions.
Oh, there are questions.
All right, let's just talk about questions then. We're running out of time.
Okay, I got one from J. Steele. Can stacks use dynamic user file or page attributes?
Yeah, they can.
Yes. Love it, dude.
Yeah. Killer.
Okay, question from Travis Nades. He asks, creating a page attribute that allows you to relate pages to each other. Page A to page B, but page keeps moving on me in this chat window. Page A to page B, but page B knows it's related to page A.
I did this one time for before Concrete at all, early 2000s, the portfolio site. I wanted to have skills relate to projects. So if you have projects and say this project used PHP, JavaScript, etc., if you went to the skills page, it would show all the projects that were related to it without having to futz around with two separate lists. Seems to me this is just a join that joins two different pages together. This is not something that we have built in, but just kind of a siblings or a cousins style table. We have this in the multilingual add-on, the free one. We relate pages to each other, and they know that they're related. So if you download the multilingual add-on, you can kind of see an example of when you create a page that's in English and you relate it to French. If you go into the French page, you can jump back to the English page. And it's just kind of a table with a relation ID and a source ID, and we just look.
Really neat. It's a two-way alias.
Yeah, it's a two-way.
It's not really this, but yeah. Sweet. Boom. This is great. Rapid fire.
We're powerful.
What else you got?
I think that takes care of the questions I've seen so far, actually.
That was kind of
We got lost in the PRB.
disappointing. I thought I was going to do like hundreds. All right, that's cool. Wait! Wait!
That's awesome. C5 certification.
April. Coffee in the world today. What's up? What are we waiting for?
Chat straight.
Okay.
Just ask.
Chad asked the
I
question.
can't. I can see.
He asks, ETA on C5 certification app.
On the application?
Is that the testing add-on, or is that the actual
add-on?
program to be C5
Or
certified?
our strategy and purchasable thing for being certified. It's two different things. We got an add-on that we got a long time ago for doing testing online, and we may or may not use that as part of our certification.
It's a whole The answer to any question is always both.
I can't ask questions anymore. Yes. Approving that add-on or being submitted is not high on my to-do list. I suppose it could be. I don't know.
Yeah.
It always seemed like it could be a little bit something more, or it could be a little bit something less, and it's kind of weird. Pretty beefy, but I'm not sure if it's beefy enough to really be a learning management system and you know, support such a drag. So I don't have an ET on that. Certification, training, all that stuff is starting to mature a little bit faster. It's now under the purview of Matt. Oh, Matt is over there. Who is rethinking some of the training stuff, going through some of the recorded training sessions that we have, updating documentation, so there's more free resources to get the knowledge that you would need in order to pass a type of certification. And we're really trying to think about what certification is. How does that work so it's not a commodity, but a measurable benefit. So I don't know. It's a short answer.
He says a learning app like Rails for Zombies would be good. I'm not familiar with that.
I'm
unfamiliar with that as well. Rails for Zombies. Views.
Must have draggable list. Anything else, guys? Or is it time to work? Feel like it might be time to work.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good call.
All right. We got some image cropping to do. We got a new version of concrete5 to out the door.
Yeah.
We got to figure out why our camera is sending us through a mosaic of color settings today.
No, I like the one where I look tanner than I actually am. So if we can figure out a way to flip that one back.
I like the dark cave one. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was weird. It's like
sound challenge.
nice hearth in the background.
Thank you, guys. See you next week.
Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific Time.